Did you guys know that Pope Francis endorses Donald Trump as president?
This sounds kind of stupid, but in 2016, a lot of people believed it. Why? About a third of US adults often see fake news, according to the UK Parliament. And it's even more of a problem for young people who use the internet a lot, like us. So, what even is fake news, and how is it different from misinformation? Well, fake news is false or misleading information made to look like legitimate news. Fake news is often made to damage the reputation of a person, group, movement, or even a country. Misinformation, on the other hand, is false information made without the intent to deceive. What they have in common is that they both cause people to believe things that just aren't true, spread them to others, and even make poor decisions because of them. Now, think about where you see fake news and misinformation. Your mind probably went straight to social media. Instagram, TikTok, X. These platforms can be an effective way to get news. However, their algorithms push videos with heavy engagement, not facts. For example, when you see things that shock you, you share it with your friend. You're basically telling the algorithm that this is something that should be shown to other people, regardless if it's correct or not. Fake news can also make a lot of money from clicks online. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry. Just one post can create thousands of dollars in revenue if enough people believe it and spread it. Another motive is political manipulation. Especially during elections, fake news is targeted to endorse or condemn politicians. During the 2016 US presidential election, for example, that story about Pope Francis endorsing Donald Trump went viral, which made it even more believable. The story was originally published on a fake news website, which openly states that its stories are satire, but a Facebook page copied the story and posted it, where it went viral with 960,000 engagements. But that wasn't it. Teens from Macedonia built on this fake news, with more false stories about Obama and Clinton, which went viral amongst Trump's supporters and earned one of the teens $60,000, he claims.
But what is the psychology behind fake news? Why do we believe it? As human beings, we're naturally prone to believe information that is driven by emotional appeal or political bias. In human psychology, this is known as confirmation bias, a cognitive bias that clouds human judgment and distorts how we interpret evidence based on our pre-existing beliefs, which leads people to accept falsity as reality. That means when people come across fake news, they're not thinking, oh, this is real. They're thinking, does this confirm what I already believe? As a result of that feeling of confirmation in what you already believe, of your current opinion, a small hit of dopamine is released. It literally feels good, so your body will naturally prefer consuming fake information rather than real, accurate stories. And as Nina beforehand stated, the way social media is structured amplifies the psychological tendency by a lot. This is because social media is designed with two things in mind: to promote posts with high interaction and to push out more affirming content in your feed. The former means that when you come across a TikTok that says something and then you like it, you repost, you save it, you comment on it, whatever you do, you're basically letting the algorithm know that this is desirable content and that more people should see it. And the latter means that the more you consume, the more you receive. So if your feed is all fake information that has more to do with your opinion than what is real, that is the only thing that you will receive, which will not let you see what is real, what are real news, and what are accurate stories.
Fake news and misinformation have serious effects, the biggest one being the loss of trust in information and media in general. Since it becomes hard to know what's real, many people don't know what to believe anymore, which can lead to a lack of trust in the government, elections, even in scientists and doctors. But misinformation can also happen on a much smaller scale. Think of a rumor that spreads within a company, causing someone to get fired, or leading to people falling for scams, such as fake investment opportunities. Take COVID as an example. The situation was so extreme that the World Health Organization coined the term infodemic to describe the extreme amounts of information, both true and false. While some of this fake news was harmless, some of it was very dangerous. One really bad example was the various amounts of at-home cures, such as drinking bleach, which led to a number of people being hospitalized.
But now that we've heard about the dangers and real impact that misinformation and fake news entail, what can we do to prevent it? How can we distinguish what is real from what is fake? What I like to do, and I will share with you, is the 3C rule. So, the first C is to check. Who, when, how. Where's the news coming from? Is it from social media, a dodgy website, or a reliable source with a reputation of credibility. The second C, compare. Instead of looking at this vision, story and what it might have to say about itself, instead of this tunnel vision, look at what other sources might say about it and then evaluate. And the third C, confirm. Look at real evidence, raw data, or opinion from professionals that supports the conclusion being made. Most true stories can be traced all the way back to a primary source, such as eyewitness testimony, a study, or even an official statement. And more than that, verify within yourself. Do I believe this because this is something that is real, something that is genuine, or because it just reaffirms what I already believe? Research shows that simply promoting people to slow down and think about legitimacy before sharing slows down misinformation spread by a large margin. And what other steps you could take is to diversify your feed. Look out for content that does not support what you believe so you can get out of this reaffirmation loop that keeps you susceptible to fake information.
So what now? Are you gonna go home and question every video on your feed, think twice about every news story, or just not even read the news at all? No. In today's world, we need to think critically. So when you go home today, double check where you're getting your news from and think about why you believe it. Yes, the amounts of fake news and misinformation online are dangerous, but if we know how to navigate through them, we can still find reliable news sources. Just remember to think critically, double check where you're getting your news from, and make sure you're approaching news with a cautious eye. Thank you.
Thank you.